the LIU CS Club. If you haven't joined, did you join the Discord?
Yeah, I did.
You're on the Discord. You're my guy.
My guy. Person that reacted to your announcement.
Yeah, that's the real one right there, man.
Alright,
That's the real one right there.
Alright, so this is Abdallah. My name is Ishan. Over there, that's Edwin. He's part of
Our guy.
yeah,
Server manager right there.
Alright, yeah, he's a part of all this too. Okay, for those of you who are viewing this recording, the Discord QR code is right there. If you haven't joined, or if you want people to join, just send it to them.
This one does not expire, by the way.
Okay.
Do whatever you want.
So we're just here. This is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the reasons why you're here, our resources and plans and opportunities, and look toward our future, what we're going to do, and for our ambitions, like what we hope to accomplish. And we're going to hope to compete in other competitions as well.
So let's ask this question first to you, my friend Salah.
Yep.
All right.
Why did you join? I know you're not a CS major, so I gotta know this.
All right. You gotta know this. I guess it's more of like a hobby for me.
Okay.
I really like computers, and I have some background in Python, and I use Linux on my main machine. And
It's already got Linux.
Okay.
So you're a power user. I get you.
yeah, I guess it just sort of play into the health science thing because like Python is used everywhere, and yeah, that's it.
That's respect, man. That's it. Why are you here today?
I'm here.
Because we made him come.
Because I'm interested in internships and gaining more experience from outside of CS
Okay.
classes.
So we have two different sides of the story here. We got somebody who's looking to be a little bit more in depth with the field, professionally and stuff like that. We have someone with a hobby with it. Someone who wants to get ambitious with it. So that's perfect for both of you. I think we tailored it very fine for both of you guys. And I think he's gonna have a little bit more fun though. You're gonna have to do a lot of work, man. You wanna take this seriously? You gotta do a lot more work, man. But yo,
It's gonna pay off.
it is gonna pay off. It is gonna pay off. So let's get started with the reasons, right? So let's be honest with ourselves here. Your degree does not grant you a job. It's a tough truth, but it's a reality. Especially nowadays, right? Your skill set does, but the degree doesn't. Because the degree basically, it might be your passport to go to the job, but it's not really gonna get you there. Once you sit, exactly. So once you sit there with the interviewer, he gives you the computer and he tells you to code on Python, then that's when the truth unfolds, right? It's not by that piece of paper you got from a college, church college, or whatever the hell that is. I mean, it's a cliche, right? All billionaires don't have a diploma. Most of them don't even go to college. But we are going to college because we don't want to make any excuses for our employers.
Might as well make these 4 years count.
Exactly. We're only here for 4 years, guys. So we gotta take that long.
Alright, so I want to talk about how times are changing right now. So like, you can't be like our grandparents and our parents just getting a job right after college, right? We actually have to work. It's because like it's over here in 2022 alone, over 120K people got like laid off in the tech industry.
You know what Google's excuse was for laying off 120,000? Well, not all of them, but most of them. It was because they said they were not meeting minimum performance requirements. So the job that you're going for, the field that you're going for, you're already seeing like a standard that is being set that is basically demanding. It's a very demanding field, right? And that's what most people tell you, right? Oh, it's oversaturated. Oh, it's very competitive. You can't do it. You can't do it. But in reality, I just want to say this, right? Every single STEM field is competitive, and so is CS. In fact, I feel like CS is easier than those STEM majors. What's our job growth? So it's like above the average, right? 15%. What's good, bro? We just got another one. Yeah.
Let's go.
And so, when our job growth is 15%, and we already have jobs in tech that are increasing every single year, right? We have jobs that are emerging, that are just newly born, machine learning and stuff like that. And so, our field is actually very diverse, it's very open, but it's just that we need the skill set. That's what people don't understand with this field. That's what is lacking for most students in this field. And I think me and Ishan, we've met a lot of examples of people who has a CS degree, but they're not actually doing CS. They're not actually doing CS, right?
Like there was this guy who came up to his house, right? And what's it called? He has a CS degree, but he's like a salesperson for Verizon.
Go to Verizon now, right? Go to Verizon. Talk to any salesperson there. Ask them what degree they have. What they gonna tell you? They have a CS degree, bro. They have an IT degree. They have stuff like that. Edwin, you ever met someone like that?
Yeah, my barber.
Your barber has a CS
Your
degree?
barber has a CS degree. My boy's barber got a CS degree.
Yeah. And like,
You got the most educated.
hey, you got the most educated barber. But you just, see, here's the thing. What people expect is that you get the CS degree and you make six figures. It doesn't work like that anymore. Ishan, we met a person in Queensboro Plaza. What was he doing?
Oh my God! Yeah, this guy is he's a cashier, right? He got straight out of college, and he got a CS degree, and he's a cashier at this supermarket in Queens Plaza.
Times are changing, guys. How's it? I want to get you involved a little bit more. Why did you join the club, man? I know you just came in, but I just got to put you on the spot like that.
Why I joined the club?
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was a great opportunity.
Okay. You come to with that heat. Okay. So you didn't miss much. What we're talking about is basically how times are changing, right? Your diploma does not give you the job. Your skills and your projects, your portfolio give you the job. Sit down, man. We're standing like that.
I also wanted to add, right? So it says here that it doesn't matter. We even mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter what college you go to, what degree you get, and companies don't even care about that as well.
Guys.
They only care about your skill set. 65% of these developers are self-taught.
Self-taught. Or partially self-taught.
Okay.
But 65% on Stack Overflow, that's the biggest coding website there is for solutions, coding solutions and stuff like that. We're going to be using this a lot throughout our activities in the club and throughout. And so, first thing companies look for is technical ability, guys.
They don't give a they don't care what degree you got, bro.
Number two, ways. So, Hazel, let me talk to you a little. We have table of contents, right? We had number one was the reason why we're here. Number two, the ways we're going to get to our goals. You're catching up with us. Sit down, man. Interest, program, projects. Edmund, what's your interest? In computer science. Any field you want.
Machine learning.
Okay. We got one right there.
My guy got machine learning.
You want to do cybersecurity? All right.
Okay.
Oh, he's not here. This is how
You said you did Python before. Okay.
What about you, Abdallah? What's your interest?
I want to do machine learning when my boy has it right there. What about you, Isha? What's your interest?
Man, I'm a code for Boeing, bro.
Okay.
I got my background in aviation.
Yeah,
Might as well use it.
By the way, Ishan is actually getting his airframe license very soon, so round of applause.
Yeah, very soon.
So yeah, he's basically involved with the aviation industry already. He's looking to combine that with tech, and that's something that you guys should be looking forward to. If you have another interest and you want to combine it with technology, that's a thing. That's a good thing about technology, right? You can combine it with any single field. Do a healthcare, do aviation, and so it's a great thing about it. It's very flexible.
I'm gonna recommend you guys don't fly a plane in the next 5 years.
Yeah, especially when Ishan.
Yeah, I recommend you guys don't.
So the interest is your field of interest. So your specific field of interest within computer science. No, we're doing computer science, but like not like field within it. Computer science is very broad, right? And things are like getting worn out every single year, right? Every few months, right? So you get new fields. Machine learning is actually a new field. It's not technically it's not established in like web development and stuff like that. And so we have the program. This is your roadmap, your team and your resources, what you're going to use throughout. Oh, it's not on TV. It's not have to explain it then. Your team and resources. You guys are going to be, actually I want to propose this to you guys first. Your team and your resources. We have this idea that me and Nisha came up with. I want to hear your guys' thoughts about it. But we were going to divide you guys into teams, right?
So there's
Python teams. Yeah, you can explain.
Alright, so on Discord, right, you can see like these different teams. So he could see it, not you guys.
Yeah, I made them already. It's just you gotta tell me your interest and I add you to that Discord team.
So you just add these in Discord team and make your projects, right? And then later on, like we assign you those projects, and we kind of like compete to see which one is better. Like see which one is better, and we like give them like like a reward or something. Give them like more information, inside information.
Compete to complete.
Yeah,
Compete
compete
to complete. You compete in the program to complete a project. So two of the programs that we currently have, you are very welcome to suggest more, by the way, based on your interests. Well, backend Python development, this is our roadmap right here. You're going to learn Python fundamentals. You'll learn basic front end. That's HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's basic stuff. You know this already. We did this in Professor Blake's class. Got basic networking. We're going to learn about the 7-layer model, 5-layer models. We're going to learn about the internet protocols, network protocols, RPs. Relax, man. I have to teach.
No, you don't touch the TV though.
We're going to learn about Linux interfaces, how to use a command line interface, right? How to be a power user. You're already a power user, right? That's what guys saw them. And so, yeah, you're not going to be using GUIs a lot in this club. I know. This sucks. No more Windows. No more Windows. Use Ubuntu. If you want to do cybersecurity, you're going to have to do Kali Linux. So, no for you,
You
eh?
can just get Debian and then the Kali packages, but yeah, I can do Kali too.
So if you have an interest, you are very welcome to participate in this. Django and Flask, we're going to be using those throughout Python. It's just a framework that we're going to be used to build websites using Python and stuff like that. So this is a very basic roadmap, by the way. Python developers that I know basically the same information that I'm putting on the board right here. All you have to do is put in the work, right? Because this is all good. It sounds good, right? And it's basically what you need, but in reality, you're gonna have to go ahead with each of those to perfect them, right? And what I want to know is basically, okay, let's just move on with that. API designs. We're gonna have to learn that using Python. We have to learn databases and SQLs. This is actually something that's kind of new. I know back in the day, we actually didn't have Python developers use SQL as much, but now that things are changing, we're going to use databases a lot because if you want to work for like a small starting company, maybe even a mid-tier company, you're most likely going to be dealing with SQL because they're not going to have someone, they're not going to have someone else to do the SQL for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. We're going to learn Git by GitHub. If you don't know Git, you just basically you make your code, and it's basically checkpoints on every single change you make to your code. So you're going to have to learn that because that's where your repositories are, right? And most companies are going to use that. So yeah, you're going to have to perfect that to a certain degree. Web development. Look at Edwin. You want to do this? Front end, back end. You want to do front end? All right, move on. Next slide. We got you, bro. We got you, bro. We got front end. You gotta learn the basic front end, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We're gonna get to the resources later on, by the way. Just to let you know. I know that I'm giving you the roadmap, but I'm gonna show you exactly how you can get those on check. Package managers, npmjs.com, yarn. We're gonna. Those are basically like. If you basically wanted to like set up a swipe command, a swipe feature on your website, right? Why invent the wheel when you already have it? That's the point of npm.js, right? It has already preset features that you can implement to your code. Like they can show you like, oh, here's a command for you to be able to swipe pictures on your website. Take that command and paste it into your code. It's copy and paste, guys. You're gonna be doing this a lot if you're doing computer science.
Copy and paste.
Building tools, Gulp, Webpack, Parcel. You're gonna have to use those to basically learn how to manage your website efficiently. Gulp, Webpack. I think Gulp is probably the most popular one. Webpack second, Parcel third. I don't know much about web development, but if you want to get into this field, you can certainly do it with these steps right here. Version control using Git. Checkpoints again. You can use SAS, responsive design. Learn how you do responsive design. How your website can change if you switch to a website on your phone. If you open the website on your computer, you're gonna have to perfect that because most traffic actually comes from phones nowadays. It doesn't even come from computers. JS frameworks. You're gonna have to learn React, Vue, and Angular. React is probably the most important one. React is developed by Facebook and it's used throughout the industry. Everybody uses React now. Vue is a little bit new and it was actually made by an Angular developer. And it's the second most popular one. I think it's growing pretty fast, but I think the most one you need to learn, probably React, but you can feel free to learn any of those. But this is basically a track for you to get into front-end web development. I'm telling you right now, there's no secret to it. This is all on Google. Literally, this is all on Google. All you have to do is put in that work, right? You can search up, oh, how to become front-end web developer all you want, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to put in some work on it. You're gonna have to fix it. If you want to do backend, that's dealing a little bit more. So you see with the website, the front end is the front end of the website. What the user sees, right? The user sees on the website, the design of the website. That's basically CSS throughout, right? Backend, however, deals with the behind the scenes sort of stuff. You know when you walk into a restaurant and you order some food, and you get the plates, you get the food, that's your front end. That's how the restaurant looks, how the food looks. But the back end is where the chefs cook. That's in the back rooms, right? Back rooms, everything that's done behind the scenes, the cooking and stuff like that. And so that's a basic explanation of back end. You're gonna have to learn the basic front end. So you see the ones that are highlighted in green? Those are the same in both subfields, right? Back end and front end. The difference is those three on front end are more related to CSS and the page design in of itself. That's why you have SAS, right? SAS is basically more advanced CSS. And the back end, you're gonna have to learn the same basics of web development, except you're gonna have to learn Linux. You're gonna have to learn serverless providers, AWS and Netlify. You're gonna have to. So those are basically where you host your website, right? You're gonna have to learn those if you're working at a company. Programming languages, you're gonna have to learn at least one of those. You can learn C#, you can learn Python, Java, and Node.js, and also Ruby. But as long as you have a programming language, you're going to be set. SQLs and databases, again, they used to hire people for those, but nowadays they don't. They expect you to have it, so it's just an extra requirement. Just to be safe. Your company might not require it, but just to be safe, it's better to have some knowledge of databases and SQL so you can be able to manage your database and websites and stuff like that. Especially if you have like a form, right, on your website, someone needs to submit some input, you're going to have to store that input somewhere. And that's why you're going to need some knowledge of SQL, right? So you can be able to manage those databases of customer input, stuff like that. Yeah. You can do this one.
Three.
All the talking.
Vision. So basically, what we're trying to say is that we are the pillars of legend that carry the future generations. Right? We are the goats. It's cringy, but I don't care. So basically, what we're trying to say is that the future of this industry depends on us, because as we mentioned before, 120K people who work in this industry got laid off. Some even just like got fired or quit. So basically, we are here carrying. So basically, we're just trying to keep this industry like alive.
Guys, the CS Club has a long trajectory. You guys are gonna have to put in that effort, right? Because in the future, when you guys do those bullet points that I just showed you, when you follow that roadmap, when you get future students coming in for CS, they're gonna look for the CS Club. I know that for a fact because I just looked for the CS Club and I didn't find it.
Yeah, so
And so
we're looking for that shit.
when they come in looking for the CS Club, I want you guys to be there as educators. When we set up the meetings, I want you guys to come to the meeting. I want you guys to present. Yeah, but in the future, he's a sophomore.
Okay,
Yeah.
in the future, okay.
In the future, once you become a sophomore, you're gonna have done. You're gonna be. In the next semester, you're gonna be done with at least some of those
Programming, actually.
Yeah.
I'm saying programming.
Yeah. So don't procrastinate.
Don't
procrastinate. Do your job, and basically, in the next years or so, you're gonna have students coming up to you, asking you questions, and that's how you do it. You gotta be an inspiration for people sometimes.
Next, ambitions. Let's go. So basically, we mentioned before, compete to complete. Right? Basically, we're just trying to develop a strong community of confident challengers. So we're just trying to help you become the best that you can be and work hard.
Guys,
We're trying.
we need to be other schools. We need to be NYU.
Okay.
We need to be NYU, guys.
Okay. Oh, at least we could try versing other schools. All right, we're trying to go against other schools, have hackathons and all that stuff, and try to gain popularity so we can get more money.
Yeah, if anything.
We're just trying to get more. We need money for this. We need money for this club, bro.
Yeah.
Like honestly, we were non-existent. Like when we tried looking for this club, I could not find it anywhere. This club did not exist, so I'm concluding and assuming that we don't have any money. So now we need to go against other schools, win, and get money. And now.
And from the president as well. Why should we give him this money? No, but what I want to say is that me and Isha, we know a lot of people from other schools. And they're in their own CS clubs. And we don't have our CS club. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. We have to have our own CS club. We have to beat them. We got people from Hunter College. I know people from Hunter College. I know people from NYU. Got David.
Oh no, no.
David is in NYU right now. He's in the CS club. He's talking a whole bunch of stuff about us. So,
Yeah, and there's other people we know at RPI. They're in their own RPI CS club.
Third school in the state for computer science. And so, listen, what I'm saying is this. We might not be the top ranked, but there is absolutely no difference between a student at LIU and a student at Harvard. Zero difference. The only difference is that they use their time differently. Let's face it. Listen, man. Every time we're here because we procrastinated. We did not do it.
I mean, look at how many people are here.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. Even if we don't have that many people, the most important thing that we have in the club is a community. A community, it doesn't matter if it's big or small. A community is a community. If it's a strong community, it's a strong community. A community of 2 people is a community. A community of 3 people is a community. And so here's the deal, guys. If you really want to put in that effort and believe, you have to believe as well, is that it is possible to beat those schools. There's no reason why we shouldn't be beating them. You know, if you put in, if you read a book about Python for a whole year,
You know more about Python than almost like anyone else.
no, but at the same time, if you read a book about Python for a whole year, a person that has been coding in Python for 1 month knows more than you. And that's the point of the scholar, right? So I when most people graduate with a CS degree, they don't get a job, right? They're like, oh, well, I know the theories of computer science, but I don't know how to code. And
They don't have the practical skills to do it.
Yeah, and so, guys, this club is important. It's very, very important. And I think you guys can agree with that. If you are here today, you can agree with that. If you're watching this recording, I hope you do agree with that. And so, yeah, if you want to compete against rival clubs, if you want to go to hackathons, hackathons are a perfect place for connections. You go there, you're going to meet all sorts of people. Listen, guys, I changed careers 3 times in the last year. And I didn't even realize it. I worked at the NYPD and then worked at Walgreens for a split second. That's all right.
No. Wait, you try to become an NYPD officer. Then you try to work for air traffic control. Now you're finally here.
Well, no, I didn't really work as them. I did work for the NYPD.
Yeah.
And then I worked for Walgreens. And then...
Okay, but that was not your career, though. You were trying to become air traffic control.
Get out of me. Leave the club. Nah. What I'm trying to say is this, right? After my time at Walgreens, I switched and became a level 2 IT technician for the city. I work at the TYCD now. And so, the only reason I got this job was because I met some people from the city. I work for the city and I met some people from the city. I learned some skills in technology. And those people basically linked me up with some job opportunities. And that's how I got the job. And so, this is a thing that you guys are going to need to learn in the future, especially in computer science. Connections are very, very important. And our school may not have the best of those. That's why we got to do our job, guys. That's why the CS Club is here. Because whatever the school does not fulfill, we fulfill it.
Next. Internships. So basically what we're trying to do is have some resume workshops, and as you said, try to get some connections for internship opportunities, right?
By the way, Professor Murray, Should leave that out there. Professor Murray.
So we're just trying to talk to some other professors to see if they have like any internship opportunities for us, or at least help us with some connections, so we can get on the job, like on the work practice, or get some more practical skills, so we can actually advance. We don't want to just code in the classroom. We want to be out there. We want to know what it's like, because it's having to work in an industry is not the same as working in a classroom. So what we're trying to do is that we're trying to get on the job experience. We're trying to get people to help us out. We can't do this alone. I'm gonna be honest. I tried. We can't do this alone.
If you can try to do all of this by yourself, it is going to be so much more difficult for you. Working in groups, see, if somebody makes a mistake and you learn from it, he's going to advance gradually, right? But if I make a mistake, you make a mistake, we all learn from all of our mistakes. Can you imagine, like, the amount of progress that we can make? The thing is, Esau has a lot of connections with the aviation industry.
I mean, like, I don't think any of them want to work in aviation though.
Listen, man, you'd be surprised. I have some connections from the city. I know the city has programs with Pace University. So I'm kind of pissed, Why don't we have the same connection? And so here's the thing, right? If you are someone who is working in any subfield, any field that could be related to technology, you can link this whole club to it. You can bring people with you. You can be an inspiration for them. And so, guys, any internship opportunity is going to be posted here. Anything that's related to resume workshops, opportunities, attractions for employers is going to be posted here. And so, if anything, we got your back. LIU CS, do whatever it takes.
That concludes this meeting. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you, guys. We'll post about the next meeting later.